Hi everybody, my name is Wouter Schrier and I'm the study advisor of the Master Program in Astronomy at Leiden University. In this video I will give you a brief overview of our Master Program in Astronomy. I will first start with giving a brief introduction into Leiden Observatory as a research institute, and after that I will give a few examples on what are the differences between Leiden University Master Program in Astronomy and other master programs in astronomy in the Netherlands and outside of the Netherlands, and I will showcase why our program is very unique. Then I will go into the different specializations that you can choose from in our master program, after which I will also go into the different admission requirements and the application procedure itself. I will finalize this video with an overview of the career prospects that you can have after graduating from our master program. So Leiden Observatory itself is an international research institute, and amongst our staff we have a lot of world-renowned astronomers who've won several prizes and grants for the research that they are doing. For example, Huub Rutgering, Inja Snelle, and Ewine van Dishoek. Now these people are both researcher as well as professors at our university, so they also teach classes. So as a master student, you can either take classes from them or you can collaborate with them on your research project, on your master research project. Now the research in our institute is of the very cutting edge of modern astronomy, and we make sure to integrate this research into our master program as much as possible. Leiden University and Leiden Observatory itself has a very strong international reputation, both for its research, master program and PhD program. Leiden Observatory has a very international community. We have well over 30 scientific staff, more than 50 postdocs, almost 100 PhD students, and currently our master program houses more than 120 students in the master program. These 120 master students, approximately half of these are from outside of the Netherlands. Leiden University and Leiden Observatory itself has a lot of strong collaborations with other astronomy institutes along the world. We are very often visited by colleagues from around the world who come here to collaborate on research or to give scientific talks. Leiden astronomers have access to the most advanced observational facilities of astronomy in the world, like for example the Hubble Space Telescope, VLT, ALMA and LOFAR. Now what makes Leiden Observatory so unique when you compare it to other observatories in the world? For example, one of the reasons that make us very unique is the sheer number of research fields that we are experienced in. In Leiden Observatory, we are specialized in more than 8 different research fields, ranging from observational, theoretical, to practical astronomy. And because we have so many different research fields that we are specialized in, we can also offer a very broad selection of astronomy specialized courses that are complementary to these research fields. Each of these courses is being taught by the expert in their field who uses their hands-on experience and their examples from their research to give you the best insight in these very specialized topics. Now, what is also an important goal within our master program is to integrate our master students into research as soon as possible. So for that reason, you will not do 1, but you will do 2 research projects when you do a master program in astronomy at Leiden University. The first research project you will do in your first year, and the second research project you will do in the second year. Alongside of doing your research projects, you will always do coursework as well. And this way you can use the knowledge and experience that you gain during your courses and integrate that into your research and vice versa. Another added benefit of this is that this teaches you to plan your time efficiently and to make sure that you can multitask between big projects and big deadlines, which is a very essential skill to prepare you for your future career. Another benefit of having 2 research projects instead of 1 is for people who want to apply for a PhD afterwards. Because the moment that you will apply for a PhD, usually that is in the beginning of your second year of the master's, you will already have finished 1 research project which you can show for in your PhD application. The moment that you will start working as a master research student, you will be seen as a junior researcher in the research group that you will be working in. That means that you will work in very close collaboration with your supervisor, trying to answer questions that no one has answered before. And to help our students get the maximum potential from the research projects, we really give them access to their own desk and their desktop computer at the observatory to make sure that they can work very good on the research. If you choose a master in astronomy in Leiden University, you can choose from 7 different specializations. We have 4 specializations that focus on research, in which you will do 50% of your time focusing on research, and the other 50% of your time you will be focusing on coursework. We have a general research specialization, but we also have 3 research specializations that focus on either cosmology, instrumentation, or on data science. Next to these 4 research-oriented specializations, we also have 3 more practical-oriented specializations, in which you will focus 50% of your time on research and on astronomy research, but the other 50% of your time you will focus on either education, business studies, or science communication. In this presentation, I will go more into detail for the research-oriented specializations. First up is the astronomy research specialization, which is the broadest possible study path that you can choose from, and the most students choose this particular specialization. The reason for that is that this specialization gives you the most freedom to choose your own study path and to choose your own focus in terms of your research and coursework. A significant number of the electives in this specialization will be chosen from adjacent science fields, for example, from the physics or from the computer science department. The structure, as I already said earlier, is that you have 50% of your coursework, 50% of your time you will spend on the coursework, 50% on research. So 60 out of the 120 credits will be spent on coursework. And what is special in this specialization is that none of the courses in this specialization doesn't have any mandatory courses. So the entirety of the 60 credits of coursework will be made up by electives, which will be chosen by the student itself within the requirements of the program and in consultation with the study advisor. The remaining 60 credits will be spent on research, which is divided in the first research project for your first year and the second research project in your second year. If you want to get more information on the structure and the differences between the different specializations that we offer, you can go to the online prospectus, which you can find the link for in this slide. If you go to the online prospectus, you can find the structure of the different specializations, but also the selection of courses that you can choose within that specialization. And per course, you can find more details on the content of the course. In Leiden, we also have a lot of experience and expertise in the field of cosmology, both in our astronomy department as well as in our physics department. And therefore, we also have a specialization focusing on astronomy and cosmology. This specialization really focuses on both the observational as well as the theoretical aspects of astronomy. In this specialization, you again have 60 credits of coursework, but 24 of those credits are made up by mandatory courses, which cover the full spectrum from theoretical early universe to observational cosmology. What is also special in this specialization is the fact that both your research projects needs to be done in the field of cosmology. Ideally, one in observational cosmology and the other in theoretical cosmology. If you want to apply for this specialization, there are additional specialization-specific admission requirements. This means that to be admitted to this specific specialization, you need to have done a bachelor level course on astroparticle physics or an equivalent course. Our astronomy and instrumentation specialization focuses on the interplay between state-of-the-art astronomy and the instrumentation that needs to be is used to do the research in that astronomy fields. And this specialization has a primary goal to understand the physical principles that underlie this instrumentation and to contribute to the development of future instrumentation. In this specialization, you can choose your courses from our own Leiden Observatory instrumentation track, but you can also choose courses from our Leiden research partner, the Technical University at Delft, to focus more on engineering type courses. Again, like with the other specializations, your second master project needs to be focused on this specific specialization, so in the field of instrumentation, which can also be done with Leiden research partners at, for example, TNO, ESA ESTEC, or ESRON. If you want to be admitted to this specific specialization, you need to have done a bachelor level course on solid-state physics or an equivalent course. Finally, we have the astronomy and data science specialization, which really focuses on the big data aspects of astronomy. In this particular specialization, you can take advanced courses in the field of machine learning, data mining or numerical simulations within astronomy. This specialization prepares you as much for a career inside of academia in either astronomy or outside of academia in industry and business, for example, within the computer science and the data science fields. To be admitted to this specific specialization, you need to have proven proficiency in a third generation programming language, for example, like Python or C++, and you need to have advanced working knowledge of statistics. Now here's a schematic overview of the different steps that you need to go through if you want to be admitted to our program, specifically here for a start in February. The first two steps are obvious. You need to meet the entry requirements of the program, both the general entry requirements, namely a bachelor in astronomy or an equivalent degree, for example, a bachelor in physics with courses and research experience within astronomy, but you also need to meet the specialization specific requirements, which I mentioned earlier in this video already. If you meet these two requirements, you can go to the third step, and that is to register your application within the StudyLink website. Make sure to do this before the deadline. If you want to start in February, you need to do this before December 1st. And if you are from outside of the EU and you need a visa, you need to start your application within StudyLink before October 15th. After you have completed your registration in StudyLink, your application will be sent to our Board of Admissions, who will be evaluating and reviewing your application and decide whether or not to accept or refuse you from the program. The students who have been accepted to the program will have a personal intake meeting with the study advisor before the start of the program. If you want to start in September, then the deadlines are a bit different. If you want to start in September, the registration deadline in StudyLink is either June 15th or April 1st if you need a visa. As I said earlier, if you want to apply for the Master in Astronomy through StudyLink, you need to provide an overview of different documents. The first document that you need to provide is an up-to-date CV. And in this CV, you need to clearly state your education, research experience, and work experience, which are relevant for the application. A second very important point is that you also need to provide a placement letter. And in the placement letter, this is a document that you write in which you explain in detail that you possess the same level of knowledge, understanding, skills, and research experience as an applicant who is holding a bachelor's degree in astronomy from Leiden University. Third, you need to provide copies of your diploma and your transcript. You also need to provide 2 letters of recommendation. And finally, if you are from a non-English speaking country, you need to provide a document, an official document, proving your proficiency in English. Now, very briefly on the career prospects for students who graduate from our program. In general, all of our specializations are a very excellent preparation for a career after graduating from the program, either in academia for a PhD, for example, or in a career in industry or in business. And the reason for this is that all our graduates are very well trained in multiple skills that are very much sought after by different fields. For example, all of our students are much trained in priority sorting and having a helicopter view, and of course have a very strong analytical and solution-driven thinking mindset. Obviously, all of our students also have very strong mathematical and programming skills. Now, this is very much reflected in the career prospects after graduating, where we see that all of our graduates are very quick in finding a job, and the salary on average is higher than average in general. So here's a schematic overview of the different sectors that some of our students went into directly after graduating. And what you can see very clearly here is that more than half of the students actually end up in a PhD program after graduating. The majority of those actually end up in a PhD in the Netherlands, and some also go into a PhD program outside of the Netherlands. The remaining 40-somewhat% either goes into business or into research, more practical research-oriented fields, for example, into a research and development program in TNO or STEC, or go into data science, IT, or in consultancy. If you want to get more information on the different research, on the different areas that our graduates end up in after graduating from the program, you can look on our website and find the alumni brochure there. This concludes the general introduction into this master program. If you want to get more information, you can look at these two websites to get more information on the program in general and more information on the different specializations that we offer and the courses that we offer within each specialization. If you have any remaining questions, you can also contact me. I'm the study advisor of the program. For now, I want to thank you for your time and wish you the best, and hope to be able to welcome you at our institute very much soon in the near future. Thank you.